Namaste. We were discussing the Vinyoga or the usages of the Asamyukta Hastas, that is the single hand gestures. Of the 28 Asamyukta Hastas mentioned in the Abhinaya Darpan, we had covered the Vinyogas of 19. We have 9 left, which we wish to cover in this episode. We begin with Alapadma, and the shloka describing the Vinyoga is
चावर्तके कुचे विरहे मुकुरे पूर्णचन्द्रे सौन्दर्य भावने धम्मिल्ले चन्द्रशालायं ग्रामे चो उद्धृतकोपय तटाके शकटे चक्रवाके कलकलारवे श्लाघने सोहल पद्मश्च कीर्तितो भरतागमे.
Now Alapadma is seldom used in Kathak, but traditionally it has been used for a flower, for beauty, for a murmuring sound, which is also in a way beautiful. Then to tie a knot of the hair and to show the knot. Then for the moon, the full moon, the beauty of the face comparable to a moon, and for fruits, flowers, and especially the lotus. So it is associated with beauty, and we can, of course, in Kathak, use this mudra and revive the mudra within our dance tradition. Sometimes we do show flowers like this or like this, but we can also use this mudra, which has a beauty of its own. Now, in the present usage of Kathak, sometimes when asking a question, the mudra is completed at Alapadma. Then when speaking, we begin with the Kataka Mukha, but we end with Alapadma. So these are some usages that are current even today. We come to the next hasta described in the Abhinaya Darpan, which is Chatura. Remember, the middle 3 fingers are bent, the thumb touches the base of the ring finger and the little finger is raised. So, Chatura, the shloka first.
Kasturyan चिदर्थे च स्वर्णे ताम्रे च लोहके आर्द्रे खेदे रसास्वादे लोचने वर्णभेदने प्रमाणे सरसे मन्दगमने शकले कृते आनने घृततैलादौ योज्यते चतुरकर.
We rarely use the Chaturahasta in Kathak, but we can use it when we are offering ghee or oil for a sacrificial fire or to show a little bit. And you can keep in mind all the usages that have been stated in the Abhinaya Darpan, and you can use them when you think it is suitable. We go on to the next hasta, which is the Bhramar, the shloka first.
भ्रमरे च शोके पक्षे सारसे ककिलादिषु भ्रमराख्यश्च हस्तोऽयं कीर्तितो भरतागमे.
So when you're showing the bumblebee, say when it's going around a flower, this Bhramara can be used. Then to show a parrot or a cuckoo or any bird, it can be used. Then again to show the bird's wings fluttering or the bee's wings fluttering, this can be shown. Usually when we have presentations dealing with spring, then this can be used for a bee or for birds. This is the usage of Bhramar. We come to the next one, the next hasta, which is the Hamsasya, the shloka.
माङ्गल्ये सूत्रबन्धे च उपदेश विनिश्चये रोमाञ्चे मौक्तिकादौ च दीपवर्ति प्रसारणे निकषे मल्लिकादौ च चित्रे तल्लेखने तथा दंशे च जलबन्धे च हंसास्यो योज्यते कर.
Hamsasya, meaning the face of a swan, is used very often in Kathak to show a pearl necklace. Then when we are making a garland, again when we are showing that we are bringing down the flowers, to show beauty, to give some advice, to adorn oneself. And again, sometimes a bee is also shown with the Hamsasya. In fact, this is a frequently used hasta in Kathak, and it also covers some of the usages of the Katakamukha described in the Abhinaya Darpan. And you do use this very often, don't you? When we want to say that it is so beautiful, or I'm wearing a beautiful necklace, I'm adorning myself, I'm putting the mark on my forehead and the parting of my hair. So Hamsasya is a very frequently used hasta in Kathak. Next is Hamsapaksha. Hamsapaksha is very much like Chatura, but the thumb is near the index finger and again the little finger is raised. The shloka.
षट् संख्यायां सेतु बंधे नखरे खांकने तथा विधाने हंस पक्षोऽयं कथितो वरतागमे.
Now, Hamsapaksha is also hardly ever used in Kathak. And here it says for a tight-fitting garment or for nail marks. Again, for the number 6, I mean, we don't show 6 in Kathak like this. We will generally show it in this way, or 5 plus 1. And for the nail marks also, I mean, which is not very commonly used, but say sometimes when we are showing Radha and Krishna in alliance and out of love they make a nail mark. So that is usually shown like this. And we won't deal at length on this hasta because we do not use this much. The next is Sandansa, right, where the fingers come together and open a little. It is between Mukul and Padmakosh. Sandansa, the shloka.
उदरे वरदाने च व्रणे कीटे महाभये अर्चने पंच संख्यायां संदं शाख्यो नियुज्यते.
Sandanso is rarely used in Kathak, but again we can show it for the opening of a bud, and it is generally used for things that sparkle, like if you have earrings that sparkle, or even to show the stars. This usage is there in Kathak, although it is not strictly kept like this. We generally twist the wrist too. We come to the next hasta, which is the mukul. The shloka first.
Adana Kumude Bhojane Panchavane Mudradi Dharane Nabhoja Kadale Pushpe Jojate Mukula Kara.
This looks like a lotus bud. And so the kumud, which does not open during the day, is shown with the mukul. Then again, the flower of a banana tree is also shown with the mukul. Then to eat, we can use the mukul hasta in various ways in Kathak. And you can also devise ways and think about it. So for any bud, any flower that is shaped like this can be depicted with mukul. The next is Tamra Chura. Let us hear the shloka.
Kukutado Vake Kake Ushtre Batsye Chale Khane Jojate Tamra Chudakhya Karo Bharat Vedivi.
So this again follows the shape of the hasta. This can be used for a crane, a crow, or any bird which has its face shaped like this. It is again used for a camel and again to write. But in Kathak we generally don't use this. We either use the Hamsasya or again for ancient times when you're writing with the traditional Tamra Patra, you use this style of writing. So, Tamra Chura, and now the 28th Asamyukta Hasta, which is the last one, which is Trishul, which can also be shown with the fingers separated. So the shloka.
Arana Vilvapatre Tritva Jukte Trishul Kar Erita.
So anything that denotes three, this or this mudra, both are for the Trishul, can be used. You know that for Billapatra, the leaf with the three parts joined together, that is shown with this. Again for the Trishul or the third eye of the gods like Shiva or Durga, or anything that denotes three. So these are the usages of the Asamyukta Hastas as described in the Abhinay Darpan. Now we will discuss the usage of the hands in relationship with the mind and the eyes. Wherever the hands go, the eyes go in that direction. When the eyes are looking at one point, our concentration is there, our mind is there. When our mind is there, then our feelings are also there. And when the feelings are concentrated at one point, then the sentiment arises. Let us hear the shloka. This is a beautiful shloka and a very popular shloka from the Abhinay Darpan.
Yato hastastato drishti Yato drishti stato mana Yato manastato bhava Yato bhavastato rasa.
Now, if we think of life in general, generally, when we are speaking to someone or hearing someone speak, our eyes are in contact with each other. Now, if I'm speaking to you and if I suddenly turn this way, your automatic reaction will be to turn in that direction. So, if I am using my hand there and looking in front, you will look at my eyes. But when I turn my face and look at the direction of my hand, then you will also turn your face and look in the same direction. Now again, we need not always look at the hand, but we have to look at that direction. And in Kathak, we use the same. Even in abstract dance, I told you that when the hands are going there, then our look is also in that direction. So when we are doing some hastak, we look in that direction. Now with our looks, our mind is involved. With the mind, naturally, our inner feelings. And when we are engrossed in that spell or in that feeling, then obviously the sentiment will arise. So it is a beautiful shloka. Let us hear it once again and try to remember the words.
Yato hastastato drishti Yato drishti stato mana Yato manastato bhava Yato bhavastato rasa.
Now, the Abhinay Darpan also tells us that the hands can be used in 5 directions: upwards, downwards, to the left, to the front, and to the right. Again, it says that generally the right hand is more frequently used to the right and the left in the left direction. So let us hear the shloka.
Bhavanti Nrityah Stanam Gataya Panchadha Bhuvi Urdha Adhara Uttara Prachi Dakshina चेति विश्रुता यथा स्यात् पादविन्यासस्तथैव करयोरपि.
So, we have this usage in all forms of dance. It was there in ancient times, it is there today. Now, Nandikeshwar has designated 13 hastas as Nritya hastas. You have learnt the mudras of all these hastas. So let us listen to the shloka and follow the shloka and do the hastas.
स्वताका स्वस्तिकाख्यश्च दोलाहस्त तथाञ्जलि कटकावर्धनश्चैव शकट पाशकीलको कपित शिखर कूर्मो हंसास्यश्चाल पद्मक त्रयोदशैते हस्ता सूरितस्याप उपयोगिनः.
So, these are the 13 Nritya hastas that Nandikeshwar has designated separately. You now know the Vinyogas of all the 28 Asamyukta hastas. You know the directions in which the hands can be used. You know that you have to look and concentrate and also feel when you use a certain hasta. And in the next lesson, we will go on to the Viniyoga or the usage of the Samyukta hastas. So I wish you all the best. Do remember all the hastas because they are complicated, and I'm sure all these hastas and their usages as described in the Abhinay Darpan will help you as an artist, a performer and a choreographer. Thank you.